my god, why is it so foggy? Happy Songkran, how are you? Coming live. No, okay, not live, but I am currently in Pattaya, Thailand, and I got some shows and movies to talk about if you would bear with me. I don't have notes, I don't keep notes. This is purely in hobby until somebody decides to, bless me with some sort of compensation. Anywho, that being said, how are you doing? Welcome to Mr. Sorry, I watch way too much YouTube. Anywho, first on the docket, I went to go see Renfield, starring Nicolas Cage and that dude from X-Men First Class, X-Men, aka Wolverine, and X-Men, whatever the third movie was in the original Class trilogy. Did I like it? It was funny. Like I feel like I would have enjoyed it more if I would have watched it A, during Halloween, and B, if it was purely streaming. Going to the movie theater to watch it wasn't that good. And I was scratching my head as to why that type of movie would be playing here in Thailand. But then when I saw that it was a Asian lead, I was like, oh, okay, that's why. Representation. But I liked the movie. It was a good premise, decent premise, and it honestly, there should be like a low key trigger warning for that film, because if you've dealt with a narcissist or just a bad relationship, that's essentially a bad relationship. It's like, hey, do you hate your boss or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your parent or whatever? You might want to pay attention to these cues of what's happening in this movie. And I'm not saying go like no spoilers in this, but I'm not saying like do anything negative toward that person, but it might be just an eye opener, or maybe just triggering for you, because you'll realize like, damn, I've been dealing with this, like maybe not a vampire, but an emotional vampire, energy vampire, maybe not a monster, but a monster. It was triggering for me. I like the movie. I don't have a rating system. I'm just telling you, it's worth a watch. Renfield, Nicolas Cage, and that dude from the X-Men franchise, the Beast. Moving on to Beef, keeping with our Asian lead theme. Beef is Netflix series. Honestly, I was half drunk when I watched it, so I'll probably have to rewatch it at some point. But it was starring my boy Glenn from Walking Dead and that sexy ass comedian, stand-up comedian. What was her name? Ali something. Anyway, she has a couple stand-ups on Netflix, and one of which she was actually pregnant on stage with her. Not talking shit about pregnant people, but that's the first time I've ever seen a pregnant person on stage performing. Ali Wong, that's her name. Yeah, but yeah, she's hilarious. I love her. She is so freaking funny. And even Glenn is funny too in his own way, but I'm just so used to him being, I call him Glenn. I don't know his real name, but it's the dude from Walking Dead. So, anywho, premise is basically two people pranking each other until they completely fuck their lives up. I mean, suspension of disbelief, but at the same time, I can see people being this petty in real life. So there, it is what it is. It's Netflix, and it's actually good. I mean, I was drunk, like drunk, not even a little drunk, like drunk, and it held my attention. So if I'm drunk and it held my attention, I know if I'm like completely sober or bored or whatever, it'll be that much better. I don't want to give anything away. And also, I didn't know this when I watched it, but there was another character. I think he was also in Walking Dead, maybe Shazam, but definitely because of the behind the scenes or maybe a YouTube short, he was in Star Wars. Like he was in the Mandalorian. So I don't know if he's an actor or a fan or whatever, but it's just really interesting that a lot of my media is starting to like intersect, and it's like you start seeing people here, there, like Marvel, DC, Netflix. So, it's like, oh, it's just really interesting. And he's like he's funny, he's charismatic, he's like Jason Momoa if Jason Momoa was a fat regular dude. I don't know his name, but I like the guy. I like the guy. And the whole ending segment, first of all, well, second, third, maybe fourth of all, it's A24 production, and I love A24 movies. I think I got on A24 with XXX, or maybe the movie before XXX. I think it was XXX. No, it was a movie before XXX, then XXX came out, and then the prequel to XXX, which was Pearl. I like A24 films. Like A24 is one of those production houses that, whenever they drop something, whether it's a TV show or a movie, I just watch it. I don't watch no trailer. I don't want to be spoiled. I just watch it because I trust them, I miss that, back in the day with certain music artists like Linkin Park or DMX or Drew Hill or, 112, Tupac, Jada Kiss, LL Cool J. You know what I'm saying? You just knew whatever they put out was going to be good, and you didn't need to listen to it. I'm telling my age. You could go to the record store, the actual record store, physical record store. Listen to the sample disc that they have out before you actually buy the whole album. This is before singles became a thing. But A24 is just a really good production house. It's a really good production house, and I like their films. So Beef is a good show. I will watch it with friends or maybe a relationship or something. I wouldn't just watch it by myself. If I could do it all over again, I would enjoy it with other people. It was actually really good. I liked it. And, yeah. And then there's, let's see. So that's that. And then, did I do Superman and Lois? I don't know the last Superman and Lois I did, but Superman and Lois is, a good show. I mean, every week it's getting better and better, unlike The Flash. And the only thing I like about The Flash now is that they actually gave Iris a booty. I don't know if she's wearing a booty pad or whatever, but she actually has a form. She's not stick figure. But, Flash is in this last season, it's just pretty much done. And it's just sad to see it go because it's been a part of my weekly routine, my weekly schedule for so long. And just finding something to fill that slot, which would be Superman and Lois, it's low-key depressing. I don't like change, but change is inevitable, such is life. But Superman and Lois, this whole plot of Lois being having something to do with Lois, and the Irons trying to integrate with the world that they're in, and just dealing with the drama and everything that's been going on. It's good TV. It's TV. It's like a more mature Smallville. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good what do you call it? Because I grew up watching Smallville. Well, I grew up watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel. Then Smallville came out, and I'm like, what is this? But then I got hooked on Smallville. So this is a good if you miss Smallville, watch Superman and Lois. And the dude that plays Superman in the show is he's actually pretty good. I would put him up there with Henry. I won't put him up there with Henry Cavill, but in this generation, it's like when I was a kid, it was Christopher Reeve, then it was Henry Cavill, and then this dude is like a distant third or a close third. I don't know how you would say it. It's those three guys when I think about Superman. And he may not look like Superman, but he acts like a Superman. And then just the whole family dynamic, him, Lo, and the two kids. It's like, it doesn't get any better than that. It could get a lot better because, of course, it's a CW show, but still, just seeing the slice of life Superman / Smallville is actually pretty good. Damn, do I like rom-coms and slice of life anime now? I was like, ooh, whatever. Anywho, Demon Slayer season 3, 4, the Swordsman Arc Village is out. It's so far, first 2 episodes are good. One Piece is still going strong. Waiting for that glow up. Monkey King. What else did I see? It's so much anime out right now, and I can't even watch everything because my Hulu account is suspended. And then the other stuff, I don't even know where to go to watch it. I have H-Dive, and there's an anime on H-Dive that I didn't finish. But it's just so much anime, it's just not enough time to watch it, And then, with anime, I have to pay attention because, I'm not fluent in Japanese. So, it is what it is. Then, let's see. So we have Beef, we got Redfield. I think I already did one for John Wick. Excuse me. Jesus, I can't remember. It was a specific title that I wanted to cover, and I was just kind of throwing everything in all at the same time, but I can't remember. Oh my God! See, I probably should start making those. Oh, Mandalorian, yeah, Mandalorian season 3. I am not one of those fans that is like, oh my God, this season's so boring. Oh, this season's so bad. Oh, everything is disjointed. It's like there's no overarching plots. You know what I'm saying? There's no real big bad. There's no, whatever people were expecting. For me, I watched The Mandalorian for The Mandalorian. So it's like I watched for Baby Grogu, for Din Djarin, maybe Boba Fett, maybe Fennec Shan, maybe whoever they decide to throw in the mix. But so from episode 1, the first 3 episodes were Din trying to rebaptize himself as a Mandalorian. You couldn't even call it The Mandalorian. Maybe if I had any critiques of the show, if I was Dave and the other guy, I'm sorry, no disrespect, I love you and Spider-Man, but Jon Favreau, I would have not titled it The Mandalorian. Like, it would have been The Mandalorian on Disney Plus so people could find it, but I would have did like Invincible did, and I would have had like a different title card, and I just been like, he can't call himself The Mandalorian until he goes through the living waters or whatever. And I would have drug out that whole plot thread of him going to the living waters. Like, the very point of them returning to the planet, I would have just had them, when he originally went to the planet, I would have had him find out, like, oh, the Imperials are there. They set up a base there, like, off rip. And then he would have spent the whole season, gathering the forces so he could go to the living waters and become a Mandalorian. But then, like, I guess maybe in the writing room they were thinking to themselves, like, well, if he can't even call himself a Mandalorian, then they wouldn't even follow him, blah, blah, blah. So we just want to make it clear that he is a Mandalorian, da-da-da, so they would follow him. Basically, it's just, we just trying to get this season done and over with, you know what I'm saying? But it could have been way better, but what we got was still good, and I think that's the point. We got some ghost cameos, we got some some leading into Ahsoka and other series. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it was a wasted season, but at the same time, it's like it could have been better. And people are just so entitled. It's like, bro, are you making shows? Are you making shows? Are you writing shows? Then shut the fuck up and enjoy the content. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how you gonna tell somebody, oh, it's not good enough and blah blah blah, but you watched it. You know what I'm saying? Like, shut up, just watch the show. Like, if you watch the show and don't have any real expectations, or even if you have outlandish expectations, you know what I'm saying? Like, just chill. Like, I don't understand why people in fucking modern society just feel so entitled to shit. Oh, your tits not big enough, your ass not big enough. Ooh, shit, I'm cursing. Well, it's not monetized, no way. But, you know, you're not this, you're not that, you can be better, blah, blah, blah. I want this, I want a divorce because you're not what I see on Instagram. It's like, shut up, man. Just enjoy. Just enjoy. That's all you gotta do, just enjoy. Just be in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you have 8 episodes. Deal with it. You know, some people don't even have 8 episodes. Some people just get the one pilot and that's it. You know, like Firefly. Look how many episodes of Firefly there were, and then they canceled the show because of people like you. If you would just shut the fuck up, you wouldn't have no fucking problems. And they low key ended the series because people complain. You know what I'm saying? They just complain. You know, everybody, too many cooks in the kitchen. And I'm not even talking about Disney. I'm talking about the fan base. And it's like, hey, through line in the Mandalorian, we're stronger together. Star Wars fans, whether you're prequels, sequels, whatever equals, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand if you're not happy if it's not your Star Wars, but they are working they are working hard to make everyone happy. That's why they have all these movies and shows coming out. You know what I'm saying? It is like 4, 5, 6, 7 generations of Star Wars fans. Somebody's gonna be upset. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think with that, it was the last thing I had on my mind when I decided to make a YouTube video. Yeah, but all those shows and movies are good. Honestly, whenever I watch something, I don't feel like I wasted my time. It's very seldom that I feel like I wasted my time whenever I view something, consume any type of media. And I don't know, maybe I'm just easy to please. I don't know. I'm not a critic. I'm professionally, you know. I'm not one of these critics that just shit on shows, and I'm not getting overly technical because I want to sound like I'm super educated in something. Hey, I liked it. It's worth watching. You washing dishes, you got time to watch a show. You know what I'm saying? You're drinking. You know, drinking with your buddies. You know, sit down and watch the show. I mean, put it on in the background or something. Especially beef. Like beef, I guarantee you will laugh because Ali Wong is so funny, and I don't even think she tries to be funny. She's just hilarious. Like, I know her husband is so happy with her. She's beautiful and she's funny. You know what I'm saying? She's hilarious. Like, she's so, just her humor is just so freaking, like, I don't know. She has that, it's not quite dark humor, but it's just like, it's just funny. It's just like, it's just very, like, you know, making like Seinfeld, the Seinfeld, whatever the fuck his name is. It's like Seinfeld is just making fun of like regular, like real life, you know, just, you know, you're dating someone and you're scared to fart, or you've been married like 5 years and, you know, you're having all these issues and problems, you know, because you don't want to talk to each other. It's just funny stuff. You know, and then just Glenn, you know, and then if you're a dude, you're gonna relate to my boy Glenn because he's like, yeah, like just fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And then oh my god, you should watch it. It's like they got catfishing, they got so much stuff. It's hilarious. Cougars, all this stuff. It's funny. It's funny show. And then, you know, Renfield's funny, triggering but funny. I love Nicolas Cage, and I wonder, when he's like, hail Satan, not worshiping the devil or anything here, just repeating a line. you know, he's like, "Hail Satan." I just wonder, like, damn, is he a devil worshiper in real life? Like, what the fuck's going on with this guy? He's so fucking crazy, and you would just expect him to just be like, "The peace," you know what I'm saying? Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D. It's like he's fucking Nicolas Cage. He's hilarious. I hope he does a cameo as some sort of Ghost Rider in future Marvel projects. He's hilarious. And yeah, I mean, I guess that'll be it because I have prior engagements.